Hello again, part 2. Here we go. I apologize. I don't know what's going on with my hard drive. I've plugged it up with something, but I think some backup, probably my phone or my iPad or some Dropbox. I don't know. I apologize. Anyway, as we go on, I want you to be aware of the different types of teeth. Incisors are for pinching, canines are for ripping, and your molars at the back are for grinding. I won't quiz you on all the names though. Even the same thing with all the parts here. You need to know your teeth. Your lips just keep things in. Notice that the larynx is below the esophagus. So the pharynx is above, and the pharynx is as soon as the nose and the mouth join, you have the pharynx, and then it goes to where they separate. So that's what the pharynx is. Good. One thing about sublingual medication, just a quick one there, is that underneath your tongue, you have a really good blood supply. So if you put anything under your tongue, it gets absorbed into your stomach, into your blood supply right away. And this is an example of heart medication as opposed to swallowing it. Your stomach is a pile of acid, which will destroy a lot of things because it chemically denatures it. Then it's got to go through your bloodstream into your, from your gut into your bloodstream, which is another process. Then all that blood gets shifted to your liver, which is another process, which can be broken down. So quite often you just put things under your tongue and it acts a lot faster. Okay, your salivary glands, as I say, you have them. They are under autonomic nervous control, and the duct empties into your mouth. Did you know you produce 1.5 liters of saliva a day, and it's 99% water? Antibodies, buffers, waste products, enzymes, and the main enzyme here is salivary amylase, and that will speed up the chemical reaction of breaking down carbohydrates. Good. There you have a lovely picture. You don't need to know it in detail, just kind of know where it is. You have baby teeth, you have permanent teeth, you have different types of teeth. Now let's look at the anatomy of the tooth, just generally. So down here you have the tough enamel on the outside, then you have the sensitive dentin, and then inside you have an empty cavity called the pulp cavity. And this is where the nerves and the blood vessels go. So I want you to know the general overall anatomy of the tooth, but just generally. Okay? I'm realizing that teeth are living, and that they have nerves. Okay? You have a pharynx. A larynx. Sorry, your esophagus is next. Your esophagus is normally collapsed. It is long, it is muscular, and it undergoes rhythmic contractions called peristalsis. And peristalsis, peri meaning around, peristalsis is the process that pushes your food down. And when you look at the pushing of it, it has to do with different contractions and relaxation of the wall, and that will push your food down into your stomach through what's called the esophageal sphincter. When you look at the layers of the digestive system, I want you to realize there's a lot of different layers and just generally what's going on in the layer. Let's start in the beginning. In the middle, I mean. The middle is the mucosa. Notice this really good detailed folding. This folding is to increase the surface area to allow for a good area for digesting things. Then you've got your submucosa. Your submucosa is where your blood supply and some of the nerves are. Then you have 2 layers of muscles. One goes circular so you can squeeze, and the others go longitudinal so you can squeeze the other way. Then outside you have the serosa, which is a protective layer. Okay, and also another set of blood supply. So all of this is in the perineum, the peritoneum. Sorry. The peritoneum is just a cavity that, layers that separate the cavity. Okay? So, and it holds everything together. It's not like those slasher movies where you cut the stomach and all your intestines pop out. They're held together very tightly with something called mesentery. The stomach has 3 layers of muscles.